Hey everyone, hey, I'm Noah, and welcome to my channel. And today we're gonna do, I guess this is gonna be part 2, another video for a massive unboxing of all my comic books. These are comics that I sent off to CGC over the past year or so. A lot of them take like 6 months or more for them to ship them back to me. And I've been just kind of stockpiling them, waiting for them all to come in, and now I'm gonna open them. So if you missed out on my first video, I opened about 3 boxes, and now we're gonna hit the second batch. The thing that I wanted to mention was that a lot of the inspiration and influence that comics gave me was also very influential and inspirational to Dungeons and Dragons and to Gary Gygax. And I mentioned this earlier or in the previous video that Gary said this in the Dungeon Master's Guide. And so in the Dungeon Master's Guide in Appendix N, he even says so, and I said this last time, but there was one thing that I really wanted to kind of hone in on, and that's where it made reference to EC. And I should have said this then, and I forgot to, but the line is, "Then too, countless hundreds of comic books went down, and the long-gone EC ones certainly had their effect." So, for those of you that are fans of Dungeons and Dragons that have been playing the game for 40 years like I have, or longer, or maybe not as long, sometimes maybe that line doesn't mean anything to you, that reference to EC, but EC is one of the comic lines from the golden age of comics. EC is entertaining comics. This is trivia that goes way back, but like DC is Detective Comics, and like Superman was first seen in Action Comics. Well, when Action Comics came out, like DC didn't own it back then; it was acquired later. So anyway, I have a couple of EC comics, and EC Comics, it was Max Gaines that started EC Comics, or Entertaining Comics, and he died in a boating accident, and it was his son William Gaines that continued on with the business. And so the EC Comics, and this is, again, the golden age of comics, the 40s and the 50s, and 1940s, 1950s. And so at that time, they were, what was popular in comics was horror, and also war comics and science fiction. And then even later, you may be surprised to learn, but satire also became really popular. And so EC Comics was the comics group that started with Mad, and what would later become Mad Magazine. And that was its longest running, satire publication. So here are a couple of the war comics. And I'm an Army veteran, so I find these really interesting. So let me see if I can show these right here. So this one is called Two-Fisted Tales. And as you can see right here, there are the logos that say EC Comics. And you can see it's only 10 cents. So this one is Two-Fisted Tales right here. And this one here that I have is called Frontline Combat. Okay, and again, Like right there's the EC logo. So if you ever are at a flea market or a garage sale and you come across these comics, they're valuable in any condition. They go for a lot of money, especially the horror ones and the science fiction and that sort of thing. So anyway, so that the long forgotten EC, that's what that line refers to, is EC Comics. So there you go, a little bit of trivia for you. So let's see here. I think what we're gonna do is jump right in. Like I said, I have a total of 17 boxes that I sent off. We opened up 3 last week. We're going to do 3 more right now. So I guess that means, I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 4 more videos. So I'll start off with this. This is one of the small boxes here. So in case you don't stick around for everything, this is the one that would be part of the Signature series. And with CGC, that means that either the artist or the writer or someone signed it. Alright, so in no particular order. So this one, this is kind of a low grade here. I should probably take these out of the plastic. Alright, here we go. Not so much reflection on that, maybe. So, if you can see, this is Spider-Man, and it's number 101. It's a low grade 2.5, and I think I got this for $1. But as you can see, this is with the vampire Morbius. So, and one of the reasons that it took such a ding is because down here in the corner, you can see that it's really damaged. It's really damaged on the front there. So, but so this is signed by Roy Thomas. So that's what the signature is on that. Next one is pretty awesome. Y'all may recognize this title here. So this is Hulk number 180, and you know where this is going. So this is the one where Hulk fights Wendigo, and in the very, very last frame of this is the very first appearance of the Wolverine. So this one is a 7.0. So that's awesome, and also signed by Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas did a signing, so I got him to sign all of these. And if you knew where that one was going, you probably recognize this one right here as well. And so Hulk 181, this is the issue with the full first appearance of Wolverine, and that one's a 6.0, and signed by Roy Thomas. So anyway, so I got those when I don't know, I was probably 14 years old, I guess. So I did not buy them when they first came out. They came out in 1974. Yeah, I probably was like 3 or so. So obviously they were back issues at the time that I got them, and I can thank my Scoutmaster, who was actually going through his collection and decided to part with several comics at that time, and he knew that I was a big X-Men fan, and so I made that purchase from him. So All right, next box. I think there's probably 15 in this particular box. So and these are all going to be more modern comics, not nearly as old as that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just keep these in the plastic here. So, Incredible Hulk and Wolverine. So this is a reprint of that one that I just showed you of Hulk 181. I'm sorry, and 9.6. And that. And then this box, I think, is where I sent all my G.I. Joe comics out. So, and I just tried to pick some of the better ones. So, G.I. Joe, this is number 15, 9.0. Number 21, 7.5. So that is the origin story of Snake Eyes. That's a pretty valuable comic. That's a key issue that everybody likes to go after. So this one is number 26. More backstory on Snake Eyes. Number 27, 9.6. This is a good one. So this is number 38 with Destro, right? 7.0. You know, and unfortunately, like a lot of these came off like those old comic book spindles at like a 7-Eleven or a Pick and Pack. And like I was just a kid buying comics. So sometimes you'd go in there and pull a comic and like they had already been thumbed through. People would pull them and everything because they weren't always separated by title. So you had to look to see what was behind them, and there were a lot of spine breaks on them when you bought them. This one actually came out really good here. There's a 9.8, number 44. And that's a pretty good looking comic there too. Number 45, 9.4. Number 46, 9.4. And number 47, 9.4. Number 48, 9.6. What is that? Number 49, 9.6. Number 50, 9.6. Number 51, 9.6. You know, these were all really beautiful comics when I sent them off and everything. I was kind of surprised that they weren't coming back as a 9.8, but... And then 52, 9.6. All right. Okay, one more box here. And then this one's the big box. So I think there's either 20 or 25 in here. I don't remember. see which direction these were loaded in. Oh, okay. Let me take this one out of the plastic here. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller. That's awesome. 9.4. What's crazy is that, like, I actually read all these, and they're still in such great shape. All right. So next, issue number 2, 9.6. Issue 3, 9.4. And issue 4, 9.6. Punisher, number 1 in the 4-issue limited series, 9.6. Number 2, 9.6. Number 3, 9.6. Here we are. Number 4 is a 9.4. What was crazy is that was a 4-issue limited series until they got to the last issue, and then they made it a 5-issue limited series. Surprise. 9.6 on issue 5. Oh. All right, so I told you that, like, I knew what these got graded as, but honestly, like, I forget what some of them scored as. So, like, holy shit. Watchmen, number 1, 9.8. Damn, that's like that's like an $800 comic or more right there. That's a key issue. 9.8 always, like, makes the cost go just crazy high too. Ridiculous. Watchmen number 2, 9.6. Again, you know, I was very careful with a lot of these. You know, by the time Watchmen came out, I think I was making a trip into a comic book store to buy comics, you know, like on a weekly basis. Issue number 3, 9.6. Issue number 4, 9.6. Like, if you've never read the Watchmen storyline, like, it's out there, trade paperback, graphic novel, like, it's worth getting. It's awesome. Issue 5, 9.6. Well, surprise. 9.8 for number 6. Oh, heck yeah. Number 7, 9.8. Number 8, 9.8. 9.8. Issue number 10, 9.4. Oh, there's a little dimple on the back. You know, I sent these to get pressed, and like, you would think that they would do like the due diligence to like press out something, but like, I don't know. They just probably mass produce, or, you know, run it through so fast. Okay, number 11, 9.8. It's awesome. And the last issue of Watchmen, 12 issue limited series by Alan Moore, 9.6. It's fantastic. Alright. Oh, this is cool. I didn't realize that some of these were in here. Okay, so I'll have to look this up to see which one this is. Oh, it says here. So, reprint of the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, you know, incredibly low run when these things came out. This is the fourth printing. 9.6. Issue number 1, fourth printing. So, I'm trying to remember. By this time, they had actually shrunk it down and put a color cover on it and everything. Let's see. This is issue number 5, 9.4. So that's a first printing right there. If you come back for one of my other videos, I think it's a second print. Yeah, issue number 2, second or third printing of the Turtles. I don't remember. Here's number 6, first printing, 9.6. And, oh, right on. Lone Wolf and Cub. So, 9.8. 9.8 on issue number 1, Lone Wolf and Cub. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so I went through all those pretty fast. I didn't want to belabor that process. A lot of amazing stuff came in those boxes. G.I. Joe, Watchmen series, also the Punisher limited series, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've got some more of those coming. So please come back and see what I'm going to open in the next video. Like I said, there will probably be, 11 boxes left. Probably 4 more videos. Alright? Thanks for tuning in. Take care.